The mysterious roaring knight from Deltarune is actually the knight from Hollow Knight. It sounds crazy at first, but there are actually a surprising number of similarities that make this theory interesting. First, the roaring knight in Deltarune flickers in and out of view, similar to how Miles Morales glitches between universes in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That could suggest the knight doesn't belong in Deltarune's universe at all. Maybe they're from another world. So where could they have come from? My theory is that the knight somehow traveled into Deltarune's world. Throughout Hollow Knight, the knight is accompanied by one of their closest allies, the Last Stag, who carries them across Hollownest through an ancient network of tunnels. The Stag has spent centuries exploring forgotten places, so what if one of those hidden passages led beyond Hollownest itself? If there was ever a way for the knight to accidentally cross into another universe, the Stag's mysterious network seems like a believable possibility. Another clue is the weapon. The knight uses a nail, which is essentially a sword. We already know objects change when entering into Dark Worlds. A simple pencil becomes a sword, playing cards become living enemies, and everyday objects transform into entirely different things. It's possible the knight's nail changed into the knife the roaring knight uses. Then there's determination. The roaring knight has enough determination to create dark fountains. But what if that determination comes from the knight desperately trying to return to their own universe? That would explain why they would have incredible resolve needed to open fountain after fountain. It also makes sense. The Dark Worlds are dark, mysterious, and filled with strange creatures, much like Hollowness itself. Maybe that is subconsciously creating worlds that resemble the only home they've ever known. The designs also line up surprisingly well. Both have white masks with long horns, black cloaks, and nearly identical silhouettes. Even their stances are incredibly similar. Their movement is another clue. We've only seen the roaring knight fly in a perfectly straight line, which looks remarkably similar to the knight's crystal dash from Hollow Knight. There's also the attack we see in Chapter 3. When the roaring knight swoons Susie and Rasai, they unleash a powerful slash that resembles one of the knight's nail attacks from Hollow Knight. The animation, the way the blade cuts through the air, and the overall motion feels surprisingly familiar. It could just be a coincidence, but it's another similarity that stands out. None of these clues prove that the roaring knight is the knight from Hollow Knight, but together they paint a fascinating picture. The flickering between worlds, the transformed weapon, the overwhelming determination, the similar design, the familiar attacks, and even the possibility of traveling through the Last Stag's ancient tunnels all point in the same direction. Could this all be a coincidence? Maybe. But until Toby Fox finally reveals who the roaring knight really is, I don't think we should rule this theory out just yet. What do you think? Is there more evidence that supports this theory, or is there something that completely disproves it? Let me know in the comments. And that's all. See you guys later.